In this lesson, we'll show you how you can animate objects in your Navisworks project. The first thing you need to do is go to the Animation tab. On the left, you'll see a button that says Animator. When you press it, the Animator window appears. On the lower left-hand side of this window is a green plus sign. Click it and then select Add Scene. A new blank scene will appear in the gray box immediately above the green plus sign. You can change the name of this scene by double-clicking on it and entering whatever you want. For our purposes, we'll call this Scene Part 1. Now we're ready to add the different elements to our animation in order to get it going. To do that, we're going to use selection sets from the selection tree. To access the sets that you've already created, go to the Home tab, and next to the selection tree icon, click the Sets button. A drop-down menu will appear, and you'll select Manage Sets. The Sets window will now appear in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Now you're ready to begin adding your sets to your animation. Select the set that you want to add first. We're going to start with footings. Now, with footings still selected, go over to the Animator and right-click on your scene. You'll see a drop-down menu appear with a number of options. Move the mouse over Add Animation Set and choose from either of the two options, from Current Selection or from Current Selection Set. They'll both accomplish the same thing here. So we'll go with Current Selection. Now, we're almost ready to start working with our footings. But before we can do that, we have to capture the keyframe. The keyframe in this case is basically going to give our animation its starting point. Just press the Capture Keyframe button in the toolbar at the top of the animator. In fact, this toolbar contains a number of tools for the animator. From left to right, there's Translate, which lets you move the objects in any direction, which you may sometimes need during animations. Rotate, and you can also scale the objects in your animation. Now that we've captured the keyframe, we can begin moving on with the actual animation. The arrows that you see that point in the X, Y, and Z axes, if you click on them, you can move the selected object in the given direction. Don't do that right away though. First, we need to create another keyframe. Drag the black bar over where you see the seconds listed until you get to the point that you want in seconds. And this will create a second point from which you can begin working. Now if you move your objects using the arrows, it tells the animator where they will be at that particular time in your animation. Click Capture Keyframe again, and your objects will be set for that time and place. Let's rewind and play the animation real fast, so you can see what we've done. Alright, so now that we have one part of our animation done, let's go ahead and add another. This time, we're going to add the foundation slab to our scene by clicking on the foundation slab and then right-clicking where it says Scene Part 1. We'll then add this selection to our animation exactly the way we did the first time. Now that this set is part of our animation, we're going to do the same things to it that we did to our first set. So left-click on the animation, and now we're going to capture the keyframe. We're going to be animating this piece by piece and set by set. Once you've created the keyframe, go ahead and drag that black bar over to wherever you want it, while keeping your animation set selected. In this case, we're going to move it out to 10 seconds, so when we run our animation, the footings will move as well as the foundation slab, and the footings will stop moving at 4 seconds, the foundation slab at 10. So move your foundation slab wherever you want. For this example, we'll just move it down a little bit. Once you're happy with the location of the foundation slab, you can press Capture Keyframe to set it in place for the animation. Now let's rewind and watch the animation in action. One important thing to note is that because only animation set 2 has the checkbox under active checked, the footings will not move this time when we run the animation. They would have to be checked for them to move. Now let's make animation set 1 active. Now, if we rewind and press play, you'll be able to see both the foundation slab and the footings moving at the same time. Now that you know the basics of using the animator, you can add all the rest of the sets, and animate them however you need.